Welcome to Survival on a Budget Made Easy. I'm back in Winslow. We're going to head over to Dedman 1, and yeah, it's pronounced Dedman. D-A-D-M-A-N. Dead Man. I got some updates for you. If you want to learn more about them, I'll be right back. Okay. I got a hold of Joe Milhauser. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. Joe Milhauser yesterday, which was Friday. This is Saturday. He called me again this morning. He went out today, Saturday, and took a weed whacker and cleared the path from the highway to where the sign is. He's glad that people are showing an interest in it, leaving stuff there. And he's also people are glad they're showing an interest in the cemetery. Now the problem right now is from where the guardrail is to where the creek is, then you go from the creek to the woods. And I just had somebody drive through. I got off the highway so I could do this video and just had somebody drive through. But anyhow, if you look at the guardrail and you go to the creek, then you got the creek to the woods. I talked to Joe about that area. I'm still not 100% sure, but I know for sure that there's definitely a right-of-way from the guardrail to the creek. And that has to be maintained by the state because it's a state right-of-way. The part I'm not sure about is from the creek to the woods, if that's the right-of-way or not. Now this becomes significantly important as we talk more about the video. So, we definitely know the guardrail to the creek, state right-of-way. So you gotta keep that cleared. But if you go to the creek, to the cemetery, okay? The cemetery is about 200 feet back. Now there is a law, and I did make a copy of it. I'm gonna take this in for Joe to read. Okay, state law IC 14-21-1-26.5 requires that a person may not disturb the ground within 100 feet of burial ground for the purpose of excavating or covering over ground or erecting, altering, or repairing any structure that would impact the burial ground or cemetery without having a development plan approved by the Department DHPA, Department of History Preservation Association, I think. Now that's the short version. I printed out the long version too. But basically, you can't alter the ground 100 feet around the cemetery. Now remember, I said we're going to start the creek and go back. That's 200 feet. So from 100 foot from the cemetery towards the creek, they can't disturb that. But then you got the other 100 feet that I guess technically they can disturb. And that part of the creek, from the creek to the woods, who has right of way of that? Because if the state only has right of way to the creek, you really can't put a bridge there. But if they have right of way from the guardrail to the woods, you can put a bridge there. Then you have another 100 foot that's kind of in the gray area. I don't know if that can be taken over by eminent domain, because you got the cemetery, then it goes right to state right of way. I don't know if they can actually get eminent domain over that or not. And I told Joe that, and I said, do you want me to call the department or whoever I need to call? He goes, no, let me call the landowner before we even try legal action. He goes, I want to talk to them, see what they can do, get them to go back there and clear it out. He goes, I don't want to start legal action before I actually try talking to them. You know, it might cause a bad situation. And he said he took responsibility. He goes, yeah, it's my responsibility. I'll call people and I'll do it. So he did go out and attempt. Well, he did go out and weed whack a path from the guardrail to the sign. He was under attack by cicadas. Cicadas are real bad here. So I gotta give the guy kudos for that, because not everybody would have done that. But we're gonna go out, take a look at it. I was out earlier and did the video, and to be honest, it was just so much traffic and it's hot, and well, I don't know how the video turned out, but we're gonna take a look at it. Okay, right there's a sign. If you look down on the ground, you can actually see where he came out here with the weed whacker. So now there's at least a path to the sign. In regards to the 100-foot rule, where the guardrail starts, I'm not too sure how far out it goes. If it goes to the creek, if it goes the whole way out to the road, that's state right-of-way. So the state's supposed to be mowing this down. If you go and look past the creek, you'll see all the woods. So let's say the state right-of-way. So if you look out the woods, and you look where the creek is, from the creek to the guardrail, or from the woods to the creek, I'm not sure which, is the state right-of-way, so the state's supposed to be mowing this. Now last year when I was here, both sides of that creek were mowed. This year they're not, so I'm assuming the state has from the guardrail to the creek. They're not keeping that mowed. Next thing, okay, let's say the right-of-way stops where that tree's down. The cemetery's 200 feet back, and the 100-foot rule comes into, like, you can't have change a cemetery. You got to have cleared out. You can't put logs there or whatever. So you got from the right-of-way back 200 feet. Then 100 feet from the cemetery applies to the 100-foot rule. So you got an extra 100 foot that comes into play here that needs to be maintained. I mean, technically, I guess they could come in here and do whatever they want with that 100 feet. But as you can see, like, the path is back there. You can see how you get back. But it's just so overgrown, and they have stuff a mess back there. Okay, with all that said and done, I want to give some quick thanks. For you, those of you that don't know, I do have a sponsor that sponsors some of my videos, which are the gun-related videos, TaxX Pro Gear. I'm really falling behind on my commitment to them, but they've been very patient, very understanding. I'll have a link down to them below. This seemed like a promotional video for them. I just want to say thanks for your understanding why I'm off doing this side project, because I know I'm a couple, at least 2 videos, if not more, behind for you guys, and I really appreciate your patience. Also, thanks to the people that shared my post to bring attention to this, anybody that called into the borough office, anybody that actually tried to help me. I mean, it might seem silly just sharing a post, but it does help. The phone calls do help, and I truly appreciate that. Okay, this is going to be a short video. I'm sorry it wasn't. Sorry I got long-winded. As always, thank you for watching.